in today's video, I wanted to take you through the work that we've done for Gemy Maalouf. Now, these guys are a luxury ladies fashion house based out of the Gulf. And before they came to us, they weren't doing anything with email marketing. So no revenue coming from emails whatsoever. And we took that to 36% of total brand revenue in the first 3 months. And that was an extra 40K USD in monthly revenue for the business. So I think the first point to note here is these guys really did have an amazing product. So everyone talks very highly of them. They're very well known in the industry, and via retail, they were already doing pretty good revenue numbers, but they weren't really taking advantage of the digital space. So they'd been hit hard by COVID. Obviously, the kind of retail foot traffic had fallen off. So they're making a push onto the kind of e-commerce or digital side of things. So hired us in partnership with a Facebook ad agency, and we helped them scale pretty rapidly. Now, there's a couple of points I would like to talk about in regards to the work that we did for these guys, but I think the first part I just want to note is that in terms of the ticket size for Gemy, it is a luxury fashion house, and it is a pretty high price point. Now, email works really well in these kind of settings, and you can see here, look, dresses that sell for just under 5K US. And it is typically products in that kind of 1 to 5K price point. I think the average order size is around 2,000 US dollars. So it's a very high price point. And when you have such a high price point, email works really well. So why is that? Well, it's because on these kind of nurture flows that we put in place on the front end, in terms of trying to convert new traffic, it's a longer sales cycle. People aren't just going to see a Facebook ad, click to purchase and check out. So email plays more of an important role here. And it is typically on this kind of front end. So before this first purchase, all of these flows that we put in place were super lengthy and super customized to exactly the products that the consumer is looking at. So whereas, we have other clients that sell $20 widgets, that is a lot more kind of mass focused in terms of the flows. But here we are really customizing the user journey on the front end to make sure that they see content that is tailored to the product that they have kind of been checking out. They see content that overcomes specific hurdles that people would have with those products. So, how do you clean it? What are the best use practices? How do you style that specific product? And it's not just an approach that you can take that works for kind of all products. Each flow needs to be specifically tailored to a category and then to the products within that category. So we did a lot of work here on this kind of front end. And I would say that is kind of the number one factor in how we were able to generate such a large share of revenue for these guys. The second aspect is just really getting across with the email designs, getting across how luxury the brand vibe is. So you can see on the screen now, I'm just scrolling a few of the kind of campaigns that we did last summer for these guys. And they really do have this kind of like glossy luxury magazine feel, which is super important because, people are paying significant money for this product, and you are kind of trying to get people with an email to get their credit card out and kind of buy from you. So it's kind of showing the luxury feel with the email designs, but also focusing on PR and kind of how topical these products are. So you can see here on the left, there's a Vogue Saudi photo shoot that went down with Gemy, and we're showcasing that, but also showcasing other relevant products and pushing people back to site so that they go and make that kind of purchase decision. So those were the first two kind of aspects that we worked on pretty extensively with Gemy, which allowed us to scale very rapidly. The third one was on the ad side. Now, as you can imagine, it's a lot more challenging running Facebook ads for a brand like Gemy with this kind of high price point than it is for most e-commerce businesses. So we took a real focus in setting up user-generated content flows, where essentially what we would do is for people that have purchased, instead of what we would typically do, which is focusing more on kind of upsells and cross-sells and pushing people back to site, what we focused on here was getting people to send in photos of themselves in the outfits, and they could then be used as part of these videos and as some of these posts on Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and that really helped with acquisition cost. So this is just a short case study, and I just wanted to focus on the top 3 things that we did for Gemy to help them scale so quickly from 0 to 40K in additional monthly revenue coming just from email marketing. And this was just in the first couple of months. So results have gone up since then, and I believe we're at significantly higher revenue numbers now. So this just gives you a taster and just goes to show we can get these results for, you know, low ticket brands, but also higher ticket purchase sizes where people are spending, you know, anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 on a fashion item. And in those type of brands, email works particularly well. So if you're in a similar position, please scroll down, check out the description box, book in a call with me or a member of my team, and we can see if we can get some similar results for you.